Oh my god, time for a new vlog! How the fuck are we doing today, guys? Today is a very awesome and sexy and wonderful Wednesday, because today means there is probably most likely only 2 days away from my 99 fire making party. Yes! Oh, it's been a long haul for the past 2 weeks. Literally the past 2 weeks of my life, I've been getting about 3 hours of sleep because of presentations and finals, but all that bullshit is over. Hooray! So now, literally for the next, 3 weeks of May, all of June, July, and August, going to be live streaming and shitting out videos pretty much nonstop, which is going to be pretty awesome. Today I was on live stream for a little bit. Yesterday I wasn't on live stream because I was really hungover. My last final was actually on Monday of this week, and treated myself to a little night out. Don't remember my Uber ride back home. However, I do have my Uber receipt, so obviously I got home and I woke up in my bed. But other than that, I'm actually really glad going to be live streaming really frequently. My last live stream was a little over a week ago, and it was just really, a bullshit kind of little live stream here and there. But live streaming non-stop-ish, I really haven't been able to do for the past 2.5 weeks. And it sucks, but like I said, all that stuff is out of the way. I am taking some summer classes though, but the classes I'm taking are really, if any of you guys have ever taken summer classes before, they're really easy and they're really bullshit and they're all online, or rather I'm taking them online, and they pretty much are kind of just like a joke. So, other than that, I am all yours. And yes, for those of you guys that are still pledged to my Patreon page, thank you guys so much. If you guys haven't viewed my Patreon page, please do so. If you pledge $3 a month to me on Patreon or more, you can you get 4 videos a week, a public vlog, hence this, and a private vlog. I owe you guys a couple private vlogs, and I owe you guys a couple public vlogs. Tomorrow I'll be uploading some PKing content. Friday I'm probably going to be making a new vlog as well. This Saturday, I probably most likely will be doing a 24-hour live stream. But it's probably going to have to be really early, because Sunday is Mother's Day, and I'm doing, my family's doing a family-type luncheon type deal. So if I do a 24-hour live stream Saturday, it's going to have to be really starting early, and so I can end really early on Mother's Day, which is Sunday. Otherwise, yeah, that's basically pretty much about it. I really haven't had any chance to really watch any new movies, because I've literally been like this in front of textbooks or my school laptop for presentations and shit. But otherwise, yep, we have some awesome stuff to talk about today. Alright, but otherwise, my goal for doing 250 Volkraf kills are still happening. I'm at 143 right now, a little more than about 100 kills to go. And if I get a rare drop, like a necklace, a shield, that's a joke, or a visage, then I'll continue to maybe 500. I actually gained a fire making level today, and by the end of this week, probably going to be more so past 95-ish in a way, maybe. Hopefully past 95, so I can guarantee get 99 during a possible 24-hour live stream. Haven't been able to do any Slayer on RS3, sadly. Next week is probably going to be RS3 dedicated. But otherwise, I actually got made fun of today on live stream because I was doing some Volkraf kills with a blowpipe. And some asshole said to me, "Hey, who the hell does Volkraf with a blowpipe? Go and get a Dragon Hunter crossbow." And it's actually pretty ironic that this person said that, because somebody sent me a private message on Patreon last week about making a vlog about the Hunter Dragon crossbow, the Dragon Hunter crossbow, and how there really should be some type of a cap on how much a item can really rise up in price, maybe. So today we're kind of really going to be talking about item manipulation versus item, I want to say, dependency. Because a lot of times you really depend on an item, and it's really not price manipulation that happens. Now, I'll go ahead and explain the two different scenarios. So a very, very long time ago, I believe it was like 2008, might have been 2009 of RuneScape, so almost about 10 years ago now, a couple merchanting clans combined their cash, and they ended up buying a whole bunch of items, and they would make the item go up, and then they would sell all their items, and then they would fuck over a lot of people, because then, you know, the very, very wealthy people would sell all of their items, and then it would just trickle down. And if you're at the bottom of the barrel that invested money, you would probably not see a return, because the item would crash. So literally overnight, Jagex literally fucking crippled the rise of an item. Picture the Dragon Hunter Crossbow going up by 20 mil, and then overnight, it drops down by 60 mil just out of the blue. However, back then, we had this lovely thing called the Grand Exchange, or rather, there was no free trade added, for those of you guys that remember that. The basically pretty much dark times of RuneScape. You couldn't actually trade between people. You had to offer actually items and other junk items to really trade over what an item is really worth. That's how merchant clans kind of really became really big. But anyways, Nightmare, hence myself, I actually had a Dragon Hunter Crossbow back in, I believe, February? Yeah, I think it was February. Anyways, I bought my Hunter Crossbow, I believe, for 45... I think it was for like 45 mil. And then I ended up selling when it was like 53 or 50 something. I ended up making 8 million GP. And I was like, whoo! Wow! Score 1 for Team Nightmare. That's awesome. There's no way the item is ever going to be worth more than 55 mil. There's just no way. You know, because when the item was released, or rather, before the item got buffed, the item was only really worth about 24 something mil. It was around the same price range as an Armadale crossbow. And then the item kind of really got a big buff on it. And of course, the new boss, Volkrath, came out. So my dumbass kind of really said, you know, there's no fucking way this item is ever going to be worth anything more than 50 something mil. Because it literally went from 24 mil to like 52 mil, 55 mil. Well, right now the item is currently 118 million GP and still rising. Yeah, I kind of really fucked myself in the a-hole on this one. But, oh well, at least I made some money. So, literally, the item has gone double in price, over double in price of what I sold it as. And as you're seeing on the screen, it literally just skyrocketed non-stop over and over and over. And it did go down. It went from like 92 mil down to like 65 mil. But then from that, you know, decline, it just soared all the way on up. And it's actually pretty damn incredible of the amount of money that this bow is really going for, because it is the best crossbow in the game. People are actually paying on the street 130 mil right now. And it's really incredible. Now, here's the difference between price manipulation and a dependency on this item. I actually used this item at Volkrath, and I ended up getting, I want to say, decent kills. I mean, is it faster than a blowpipe? If your BGS specs a decent hit above 50, so if you spec with a BGS and you hit a 25, spec again, you hit a 25, and you lower Volkrath's defense down by 50 hit points, or rather 50 points in general, this crossbow can easily hit like a 75 on Volkrath, which is pretty fucking insane. A blowpipe max hit, probably maybe, like for me, is like 25. If I had Vigor or Rigor, I can't remember the damn name, the Eagle, or not the Eagle Eye, I think it's Rigor. If I had Rigor and spent like 70 mil on this damn prayer, I would probably most likely hit maybe like over 30, 40 on a blowpipe. I was hitting 70s with this Hunter crossbow, which means people are probably hitting maybe close to over 80, probably even higher. So this item is really a dependency because it's really, really good on this boss. Not to mention, the shield is a whole lot of is worth a whole lot more than what I actually sold it for. I actually had a damn stupid shield Yeah, so the Dragonfire Ward is going for about 100 mil. And I had this fucking shield when it was, I believe, 19, and I sold it for like 23. So that's another reason why the bow went up in price, is because this boss no longer drops a 20 mil item. This boss drops potentially a 100 mil item. So the reason why this bow is worth so much money is because if you use it at this boss, you can potentially make 100 mil. It doesn't really make any sense for the bow to be worth 50 mil and the drop to be worth 100 mil. It would be the other way around. You're going to spend over 100 mil on an item to get a 100 mil drop. Just like on RS3, if you want to go and fight Araxor, well, the items that you're going to use are going to be worth a lot more GP than the actual drops, if that makes sense. So this really isn't a price manipulation. It basically pretty much is a dependency. And it goes back to the main question of this video. Should there be a cap on how much of an item really goes up in price? And honestly, I really don't believe there should. Because if you really look at Volcraft, it's balanced kind of really evenly. Now, I feel really, really bad for you guys because, one, I just changed my battery to my motherfucking fire alarm, but yet it's still beeping like a bitch. Secondly, I actually know some people that got over 2,000 Volcraft kills before the buff happened and before the Dragonfire Ward was actually, now worth over 100 mil. And they ended up getting, the Visage when it was like 20, 30 something mil. So Jagex kind of really boned them in the butthole, but yeah, it sucks for them. However, there is justification because this boss does drop 100 mil worth item essentially. So for the Dragon Hunter crossbow to be worth over 130 mil, it makes sense. Kind of really sucks that I didn't keep it. However, you want to know what? If I did keep this bow, I would have kept it forever. It's something that I would not have sold. But then again, if I kept it for like 47 mil, that most likely means that I probably would not have 94 Venge because that would be all my cash stack. And that would mean also that I'm not getting like 85 construction for that little whirlpool in my house to rejuvenate all my stats and stuff. So things happen for a reason. It's whatever. If I ever get a Dragonfire Ward from Volcraft, I'm probably going to cry of laughter and also be very, very happy and feel very, very sexy and awesome. But here's the best part, my friends. I killed Volcraft about 10 times today with a blowpipe. You don't need a Dragon Hunter crossbow to kill Volcraft. You don't need it at all. So therefore, it's really up to you if you want to spend 130 something mil. Alright guys, but otherwise, right now I want to go to my email address and read off some happy and wonderful questions from you guys. Ask NightmareRH at yahoo.com. Do not drink too many yoo-hoos, because if you do, well then I will never read off your email. Send me a personal email with your RuneScape username and a question that you have for me and would like me to read off in a video. First Hooba Hooba question. Hey Nightmare, I wanted to know if you ever get a completionist cape on RS3. If you do, what is your strategy for getting one? RS username, Lasting Gods. Mr. Lasting Gods, yes, I do plan on someday getting a new Vault battery, V11 or V8 battery for my fire alarm. And my strategy for completionist cape would be, well, one, get 120 Slayer, then start getting all my questing done, so quest cape, then the achievement diaries, then after that, I'd probably do every boss-related shit, or actually, I might do the boss-related stuff before my achievement diaries. Okay, well, anyways, achievement diaries, bossing, then all the other miscellaneous shit would go, like, last, essentially. So, yeah, that would be my plan. That would probably take me until I'm 50. Next Hooba Hooba question. Hey Nightmare, with you sharing your vomiting food poisoning story, it reminded me of throwing up during the gallon challenge. It's basically where you try to drink an entire gallon of milk in one sitting. It's near impossible. Could you try the gallon challenge and record it for YouTube fans? RS username, input underscore what the fuck. That actually seems kind of really interesting. Drinking a gallon of milk in one sitting is really impossible. I would actually really like to see and test that. That actually sounds pretty awesome, and I like inflicting pain upon myself, hence the reason why I like getting hungover. Well, not too much pain, but still. Otherwise, yeah, I don't really mind doing challenges, and I think that would actually be pretty interesting. Maybe I'll actually do it in the future. But for now, guys, let me know in some nasty driller comments if you guys are enjoying these videos and future videos and live streams. See you guys tomorrow on live stream, and I promise you that I will fix my fire alarm very soon, actually right now. Bye!